Hey guys, it's CollectorMania. Steve and Eric doing commentary on the 1v1 playoff finals for the Winter League. This is Commander 1v1, so French rules I believe we're going by. Right now we've got set up our first and eighth player, so we're going from 1 to 8, and then we'll see where that goes from there. So we've got Jeff and we've got Ben.
Jeff is playing Jarad.
Jarad and then Narset. Ben is playing Narset. So we're just adding some player names here real quick.
Ben, do we know his last name? M.
Yeah.
And he is playing Narset.
Yes. The wonderful Narset, as me and Kylie talked about last time. We love seeing that commander. It's one of the best. We'll take a quick look here at the EDH standings just to kind of give you guys give you an idea of what these guys had to go through. So we've got Ben Means at the top here with 35 games played, which is quite a bit, and 44 points total. So if you can look at his nights, I mean, most of his nights were 11, 10, 12, 11. So he did really, really well. And then we've got Skylar right after him with 30 games played, 43 points. John with 42 points and 31 games played. Jeremy with 37 points, 26 games played. David with 36 points and 23 games played, I think that's right. Mm-hmm. Brian Abraham with 35 points and 26 games played. Ryan with, what is that? Oh, 34 points and 20 games. That zero threw me for a loop there. Now we've got Jeff with 32 points and 23 games. So yeah, it's a pretty grueling league. As you can see, a lot of these guys really just had amazing nights, and yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, any night over, it felt like 10 used to be a good score, and now like 13, you know, that's like the perfect game or perfect night, really. Some of these players are really doing well. I mean, if you look at Ryan, like 20 games played and getting into the top 8,
yeah, that's
pretty good.
Yeah. He missed 2 nights, which is usually that's really hard to recover from.
Yes.
Well, not 2 nights, but more than 2 nights, but yeah. We're going to go ahead and get started here. We're going to let these guys take off. We're going to go to the full view here. As you can see, we've got Jarad versus Narset, so this should be a pretty interesting matchup. We'll go ahead and get rid of these graphics here. That way you guys can actually see the game. So hopefully we'll see a roll off here pretty quick. Determine who's going first. And as you can't hear any of their audio. We decided to kind of nix that just because the store is so loud all the time. Yeah, so
there's a good number of people out there.
Yeah. Plus, there's a D&D group like right next to him, so yeah, I don't think they'd appreciate us being like, you guys need to be quiet. So
yeah. If any issues come up, we're gonna try to like quick grab some images. Maybe link those if there's any issues.
We're also gonna maybe try and grab some cards, you know, every once in a while if we see something that's not. Oh, we got a Serum Visions.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Draw a card, scribe too.
Strionic.
Yeah, Strionic Resonator. And he's passing. Jeff is fetching.
Uh-oh. Ben's in the lead. By 1. Is he getting black or green?
I'm going to go with probably an Overgrown Tomb.
Yeah.
That would be the... Oh, no, he's just getting a basic swamp. Hey, look at that.
Maybe he's got something for black.
Yeah.
In his hand. I'll tell you guys this stream and YouTube, I'm not a huge 1v1 player, so Steve is definitely the expert here. Like, immediately, what do you think for black? I'm thinking Deathrite Shaman, but I'll tell you, I don't even know if he's banned.
It could be Thoughtseize, it could be Inquisition. I mean, there's a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't play anything, though, which is kind of, you know, like, I don't know. Unless he's got a Fatal Push, which is possible as well, but, I mean, he's got to know he's playing against a deck that probably doesn't run a whole bunch of creatures.
Just very commander-centric, I'd say.
Yeah. It's hard to tell. Especially if I can't see his entire hand.
He's got a forest. It looked like he had maybe another duel or something.
Yeah, he might already have the Overgrown Tomb in his hand. That's why I just went for a swamp. Oh, he's playing bounce lands. Okay.
Is it Boilerworks?
Yeah, Boilerworks.
I don't know. Island or forest. Rugged or
yeah, he's got another fetch land.
Is that Cabal Coffers?
That is Cabal Coffers. That's probably why I went and got a swamp then.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense now. Okay, so he's going to be fetching here again soon.
Draw's cost is what?
4. I think it's 2 green, 2 black.
Okay, so we'll have to see how quick Narset could maybe pull ahead here.
Commander Sphere. Well, he's already...
So no max hand size and 1 extra mana, right?
Oh, no, that's just taps for whatever mana your commander has in its casting cost, and you can sacrifice it and draw a card.
Oh, I'm thinking
You're
Thought
thinking of
Vessel.
Thought Vessel,
Yes,
yeah.
of course. So, and here we can see Wooded Foothills cracked for a forest. The triple cut.
All I know is Jeff's got to start getting on the board here.
Yeah, given that there's a good amount of land in his hand.
I know he's got a Planeswalker, but it looks like the Liliana that fetches for swamps and then so on and so forth. That's not really what you want to see right now.
Yeah.
Now, Liliana the Veil, on the other hand, would be amazing right now, because play Narset, okay, I'll have you sacrifice it. That would be great. Any of those type of edict effects against a deck like this is absolutely amazing. I'm just hoping we don't see like last time where it's like Narset v Narset.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my bias. I don't care who wins what, but...
So it's a Needle Spires, right?
Yep.
Okay. So tapping for 4.
Tapping for 4. We've got... Oh, that's the one, if you play a certain amount of instants and or sorceries, it flips over to the land that you can cast, double cast instants or sorceries off of.
Primal Amulet, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 4 instants or sorceries, something like that.
Those newfangled Ixalan cards.
Those flip cards, blah.
So turn... Who got first? Yeah, so this is turn 4.
Yeah.
So far, I guess no land missed?
No.
Yeah, because 1 bounce, 3/4.
I mean, after seeing Jeff's hand, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he needs another swamp.
For Liliana?
Yeah. He's got a Tormod's Crypt in his hand, I can see that. He's also got a Shrine of Nykthos. Yeah, I think he's down on black right now. I think that might be causing him some problems.
Is that Nath or a Maelstrom Pulse in the very back of his hand? I can't see.
I can't tell.
Past turn. Ooh.
Yeah, that is Nath. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not good.
Reflecting Pool. That's not bad.
That'll work.
So what can you do with 5?
To avoid Planeswalker? There's not a whole lot, really.
Yeah.
The problem with Narset is once she swings, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, the odds of them missing, it's 4 cards, right?
Yeah.
It's incredibly low.
So it really depends on how many extra turn cards he has in his deck and blah, 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 you know, so on and so forth. Who knows? I don't know what this deck list is like.
Yeah.
Is it super competitive or just kind of 1v1y for fun? I don't know.
Yeah, it could get bad here on turn 6 here. Ben is being the first creature and it being a Narset, that's pretty good. So Nath
the Gilt Leaf, which is a good card. Basically, if you've never seen Nath, at the beginning of Jeff's upkeep, he names a player, and that player discards a card at random. Then he gets a 1/1 green elf every time a player discards a card. I believe it's just green. I don't think it's green black.
Okay. That could be good if he's run out his hand. A command tower here from Ben.
It's also a 4/4, I believe, so that's a pretty good blocker. Don't know what that is.
I'm not familiar. This costs 2, I guess. Old border card. Searching for something.
If he's searching for an instant, it's what is that card called? I can't remember. I guess well
something close to the top.
We'll see. He'll reveal it here pretty soon. It's not black, so it's not any card. This is the problem me and Kylie had, is like once we didn't know a card, it was a problem.
Yeah. Good cut here. And it goes on maybe goes on top or third. Oh, is it long-term plan?
There we go.
Yep, okay. People are probably screaming at us.
Yeah, probably.
So here we go. Swing with Narset. Land, Ancestral Visions, Omniscience, and a Chromatic Lantern. Oh. So you can see third from the top, we had Omniscience there.
Yeah.
So, and you can pay any of them without their mana cost, right?
Yep.
So he's gonna suspend. You can't. Could you? Because that's an activated ability, right?
Correct.
So I don't know if he could pay that, right?
That's interesting. I'm not sure. Okay. To be honest,
he probably knows his deck better than us, so we'll wait and see what occurs here. It looks like Nath blocked and killed Narset.
Yeah.
Ooh. You can see. I guess that's going down. So maybe you can't cast it without suspending it.
I know that you can cast it off a Cascade, so...
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's got 3 extra cards in hand to... he might be calling... No, maybe not. So, we have a...
Oh, God, Enter the Infinite, too.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's game right there, I think.
Yeah, that's it. I thought it was Call to Mind for a moment with the new
No.
art, but yeah, boy, how many times have you seen that happen before? You know,
Well, in multiplayer quite a bit,
Yeah.
but not in 1v1.
not in 1v1 necessarily. So he may have had a good hand, and because he searched up the Omniscience,
Yeah,
he knew that's a 2-part combo. So he's gonna draw every card in his deck except one and play any of it for free.
basically.
Can he win this turn?
I would think so.
Yes.
If he can't, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
Because, you know, honestly, all he's got to
So
do is
game
find an
one.
Armageddon and a Boros Charm, and then...
And then just
Yeah.
go to town. Boy,
So there's game one. Narset
that was
does
rough.
what Narset does.
Yes. Very, very tuned, or a good draw, and a knowledgeable player there.
Yep.
So
It's funny, thinking of Ancestral Visions, I've never... Like, I always just suspend it, so it's odd thinking about it off of a Narset.
yeah,
Which it totally makes sense. I'm not a Narset player, so I've never even thought about that.
Seth would certainly know.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, yikes, that was brutal, man. But Narset,
Jeff definitely needs to get a quicker start there.
Yeah.
I don't know how familiar he is with 1v1. I know that he's kind of newer to it, so he might be gearing a little slow.
Yeah, and it did look like a pretty heavy land keep, unfortunately. And I guess he must have. Did he draw into any? I'm trying to think back.
He probably drew into a forest at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he ended up with 3, and then the swamp, and then
So he had 2 fetches in the beginning, and then he fetched for 1 swamp. And then I think he had like a forest or something. I don't know.
yeah.
Hard to go back on the instant replay.
Yeah, we'll have to review the footage, and maybe we'll answer our question.
That playmat though, Yoda facing up
with
the Hulk.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Who would win in that fight? Well, definitely the Hulk, but
I don't know, man. Size matters not.
no. The problem is Hulk's pretty much indestructible.
And he's like at arm's length. So
Yeah, so
yeah.
poor Yoda.
Yep.
I mean, he's got a lot of cool force powers and whatnot, but the Hulk is the Hulk.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting to think about, like Star Wars characters outside of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think about that often because really in other universes is like Darth Vader that strong.
Yeah, maybe not. Have you ever seen those videos where it's like, this is way off topic.
Yeah, really.
Where it's all like, you know, Indiana Jones versus this and that, and I remember seeing one that was just like 10 minutes long, and it was every single guy you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
And I forget who stood out on top, but you know, yeah,
Probably Goku.
Yeah, or like Chuck Norris or something.
Chuck Norris. Okay, Chuck Norris, then Goku.
Yeah, yeah.
Freaking Goku.
I wonder. I mean, I didn't see. Not that Ben maybe needed the sideboard. I don't know if Jeff sideboarded. It didn't look like it.
I mean, in a 100-card singleton, sideboard is for the most part useless unless all of your cards are geared towards that one type of hate. It's like,
Yeah. Yep.
I've never really had a 1v1 sideboard. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me.
No.
There's enough spots in your deck that the hate should be in there automatically. You know, try and prepare for pretty much everything, really.
Yeah. And if you, I mean, odds are, like you said, in 100 cards, you may not even see it.
No.
You could put 10 cards in to shut down cards from hand or whatever, and like with cheating cards into play, and then not see any of them against an Narset, you know.
Yeah.
So Jeff will be going first. Hopefully, he'll get a gassier start, I guess.
There definitely are a few things he could do. It just depends on if they're in his deck.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, black is really good at getting a quick start, and green is also really good at getting a quick start. But I don't know if his deck is geared that way, you know?
Yeah.
He may be going for, like, a more mid-range control. I did see a Perilous Deeds, I think.
Good number of lands on Jeff's side, at least.
Yeah, he's got 2 fetches.
Catacombs and a Delta. I think I saw a Nimbus Maze and an Island, at least, in Ben's hand. So a Polluted Delta.
Okay.
To 19. Cracked.
Get kind of a view of his deck here.
Yeah. He's helping us out big time.
Yeah, he is.
For Swamp.
It's a basic swamp again.
What do we have here?
Suspending Ancestral Visions.
Is that a Spire Bluff Canal for red?
Yeah.
Red blue?
Those lands are so good.
Yeah, really. And boy, you think of how many formats may be determined by an Ancestral Visions turn 1, like,
Yeah.
and to see this in 1v1 Commander, like, that's why people run it. That's why it used to be a $50 card.
Yeah, it's good.
So he's drawn a Swamp. Jeff has.
Just playing another swamp.
Got a Nykthos again, it looks like. Is that a Relentless Rat? Like third over and a Pernicious Deed at the end?
Is it Perilous or Pernicious?
Pernicious, I think. It's Pernicious Deed.
I thought it was Perilous, but I could be totally wrong.
Nimbus Maze down.
Damnation, that's good.
Is pretty good. Verdant Catacombs there. Played the Nykthos, it looks like.
Sorry, guys, my phone was ringing.
So tap 3 for pox, is that right? Or
yep.
smallpox? I forget the exact one.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how that one is worded. I think everybody sacrifices a third of what they have, or something like that. Or
yeah.
Or
maybe
is
it's
that?
not.
That's not
Or
pox.
is it terrors? I don't know. Old cards. So green, black land.
Well, looks like Jeff's on the same plan.
I wonder if Narset is, because this is turn 4, so he's not necessarily behind.
No.
He's got the Ancestral Visions here a little bit.
I'm curious as to what the heck
What
that card is. It's got to be an enchantment of some type, because it's not a creature.
Pernicious Deed.
Okay. So Jeff's got a lot of removal, which is good. He'll need it.
And I'm not super familiar. I don't play Golgari.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and thank you. What is Pernicious Deed?
I'd have to look it up really quick, but we have the capability, don't we?
Yeah. Maybe give it a try. Something is occurring. We are quickly checking.
It's not in there. Just got images here. Kapow. So X, sacrifice Pernicious Deed, destroy each artifact, creature, and/or enchantment with converted mana cost X or less.
Okay.
So I mean that's a pretty tall order for that, though.
So Rats has come out. We've Ancestral Visioned. So this is turn 5 for Ben. We have a tap Temple of Enlightenment, scrying, keeping it on top, passing turn. Untap. Jeff with maybe 3 cards in hand. Drawing a black card, an old frame it looks like. So, sack for CMCX. So crack. So maybe he's just waiting for a Narset to come in and sack and just set him back, maybe. Yeah, who knows? And Narset, I guess, costs.
I don't know why I did a hand gesture. No one else can tell what I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh. Another swamp. Narset is a what cost?
She's a 6.
6.
So
okay.
he's gonna have to pay quite a bit into it to do that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's my one concern here. Pernicious Deed is good against certain things, but usually not tall things.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Right.
Especially if you don't have the mana to do it.
Yeah.
I definitely understand having to do it though. So
Yes.
like if he has another land, he'll be fine. But
for another 2 turns, yeah.
yeah. I mean, he has the Damnation in his hand, so if he plays it without haste, he can still Damnation.
Right.
So we've got that going for him. Oh gosh, what is this now? Oh, that's the. It's the one that can destroy enchantments. I know that.
Okay.
What is it though? It's like Phyrexian something.
I am not familiar.
One of these days we'll have camera technology that we can zoom in with and see cards and blah. Gets rid of enchantments.
Okay.
It's like one of the only black cards that does that.
Maybe they're talking to somebody.
I'll look that one up.
Do you know the name?
No. Should text Seth and ask him if he's there. So I feel like a dope. We almost need like a radio or something.
Yeah.
Like Kylie out there.
Yeah. Turn that down. So black something. Another rat?
Yep.
So that may have replied here. Gate to Phyrexia.
That's what it's called. Sorry, guys.
So another tapped or a Scryland there. So that's staying on top.
So Jeff is just playing a Relentless Rats deck.
Okay. He's at 6. Let's see what Jeff draws. A forest. So he could.
So now he can take care of Narset, which is nice.
Yeah.
Could also play his commander.
Yep.
Which.
I mean, rats are what? 2 somethings?
Yeah.
So maybe not.
At this point, like, you might try and be more aggressive, but I don't know. That's kind of up to him.
Yeah.
He has the Nykthos, so he could go for black, which will net him 4 black. Pay 2 into that, get 4 black out of it. That's not necessarily what we're looking for, though, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Or is it double black for the enchantment? I can't remember.
Could maybe look it up.
Yeah.
Figure out what he's casting.
I don't want to miss any of the action.
Yeah. Just being gone for that, like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You can see Jarad coming in. Yeah, that was tough. So Jarad can fling, right?
Yep. Sack weirdness. I don't know. And it's also equal to the amount of creature cards in everybody's graveyard, I believe it is. Something like that. Or is it just your graveyard? I think it's just your graveyard.
Okay.
So he gets +X.
Okay.
So I believe it's a 2/2. Oh gosh, Gary.
Ooh,
That'll
Gary,
work.
Holy cow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
Maybe? Unless I'm wrong. Jarad is
double black, yeah.
yeah. And it does appear that that gate is double black as well. And then, boy, it's a pretty good swing.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah. And then some rats to come in. We have a Teferi. Gonna block somebody, maybe.
Either of the rats, really?
Yeah.
So I don't believe those guys have Death Touch, correct?
I don't think so.
It's the other ones, the 1-cost one that has the Death Touch. Teferi's definitely a problem, though.
Yes.
Although I don't. It depends on what life he totally is at. Can you tell? Is that 6?
I cannot tell.
It looks like 6 to me, but I could be totally wrong. We forgot to get our cards. Maybe we'll have to get those for next game.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Just make some real quick.
Because that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, big time. I guess maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe we don't want to distract them with writing their own life totals.
I mean, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
That way we can at least tell what's going on.
So untap here.
Now we've got instant speed, so that'll help. Assuming he's not at 6, because if he's at 6, then Jeff can just kill him, you know, with Jarad.
Yeah.
Basically. That's the cool thing, is every time he kills a creature of Jeff's without like exiling it or something like that, it just adds to Jarad's strength.
Yeah. He can only fling another creature.
Correct. He cannot sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
Right now he's got, from what I understand, he's got a 2/4 in Gary, so that's 2 damage there, and he's got a 2/2 in the rat, I believe.
Okay. Full hand there for Ben.
How does that card read?
Which one?
Relentless Rats. If that's even that card.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, he had 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, 2/2 gets +1/+1 for each other creature on the battlefield named Relentless Rats.
Okay.
So it was actually better for him to have both those rats, because then he could have just killed him next turn.
Yeah.
Especially with Nykthos. So all he needs actually is another Relentless Rats, and if he's at 6. That's,
or just another creature or something.
Yeah.
A way to bounce Gary. A Sign in Blood if he's low enough.
Yeah. That'll work.
That's the dream.
Dream play. I've done it before. It's fun.
Yeah.
I like that there's a new instant speed one as well that costs 3.
It's pretty useful. I think a lot of people may not realize that that's a good way to
finish off the game.
Yeah, if somebody's low enough.
Well, that's part of the reason Collective Brutality is so ridiculous, because I mean it's got 3 different modes on it. One of the modes is
Cyclonic Rift. Feels bad.
Just play a bunch of that stuff again in Gary.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I saying?
So we went to Fairy.
Wow, that was punchy.
That play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll help a little bit.
A little. Did he draw another rat? I was trying to adjust.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
And he's tapped out, so even if it's something like Piddly and then Gary costs what, 4?
Yeah, so I don't know if he'll be able to, unless he does a land drop here, I don't know if he'll be able to do a whole lot.
Yeah, that silver D20 is tough to read on Ben's side.
Killing us, man.
Of course, Jarad there.
Well, let's see what he's going to do here.
So 2, 3.
There's a rat.
1, 2, 3.
Another rat.
Another rat.
He's ratting up.
I'm paying a lot of attention to Jeff's hand when I'm not as informed on Ben's here.
Well, it's because he holds it like this.
Yeah.
I just saw a... it's not even worth mentioning.
He's got a wear and tear in the graveyard?
Looks like he's got a worn Power Stone. And then, can't tell. Enlightened Tutor. Something else. And a Delve spell. I can't remember. I think it's the Delve counter. But I could be totally wrong. It's hard to knowing cards off artwork sometimes.
Yeah. So another swing here, maybe not with Fairy.
I was going to say, if I was Jeff, I would just take it and then crack him back on the swing back.
Yeah, assuming there's nothing.
Of course, I mean he can flash in Narset at any time, but still.
Yeah, that's true.
All he needs is another Relentless Rat, and then Narset's like, oh no, I can't block it anymore.
Or even with just Gary, like, getting
true.
that black devotion might...
Well, it looks like he's having a real hard time deciding what he wants to do here. Really, he doesn't have to do anything right now. I can just wait.
Yeah. I do like that play. Wait and play Narset.
Yeah.
Keeps reorganizing in like 4 and 3. So 3 for a
Worn Power Stone.
Which is just 2 mana, right?
Yeah, 2 colorless mana, enters battlefield tapped. It's...
Divine. Oh gosh.
I know what that card is.
On it. Yeah.
It's sacrifice a creature or something like. Oh, no, you sacrifice down to 1, I believe.
Is it Divine Reckoning?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like Innistrad block.
It's got flashback too, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right. So a swamp there.
It's been a while since I've seen that one being played.
So he's got 3 mana.
2 Devotion to Black on the board. So he's gonna play Gary again.
Okay, so game 2 to Jeff.
So he was obviously low enough.
Pretty low, yeah.
Yeah, I think next game we're going to have to pull out those sleeves. I think that'll help us a lot.
Okay. Or just maybe keep track ourselves, and we might be off a little bit here or there, but... So far, 2 games in under half an hour, which is pretty normal, I'd say, around 50 minutes, you know.
I would say even just for the viewer, just having those cards is better.
Yeah. What do we think as far as...
Who's going to win?
Yeah, you know... Oh, boy.
Depends. Like... Jeff's deck's surprisingly slow for what I think it is, but I don't know. Narset can be really explosive. I would give it to Narset, honestly, especially being on the play now again.
Yep.
But Jeff could definitely surprise us.
Yeah. Do you feel that Ben got either screwed in that one or just a dead draw?
I think the lack of early mana rocks was really what kind of locked him out.
Yeah.
Because really what you're with that deck, all you're really trying to do is play Narset and swing.
Yeah.
So he didn't really have that much of an option to do that.
No.
Jeff had a lot of interesting removal. I don't know if it would have been great removal,
like
depending.
you said, yeah, based on what he drew.
Yeah.
And again, against the deck, having an pay X to remove, that's rough when your target is 6.
I would rather have a Cruel Edict at that point.
Yeah,
or that works a heck of a lot better.
Just anything, yeah.
But once again, I don't think Jeff's done a whole lot of 1v1, so I could be blaming him for something he doesn't know too much about.
Or maybe he's got something up his sleeve,
who knows?
Yeah. Or, that's just one of the ones he's got, and that's what he drew,
Yeah.
Some good cuts in there. I think you're right. Unfortunately, I hate Narset. The Fiery Passion. Ponder, Temple of Triumph, something, Azorius Chancellery.
Land.
Yeah. Liliana again. Eternal Witness, Mull maybe? Yeah, Mulligan for Jeff. So
it's a pretty good one to bowl.
Yeah. I forget what I was going to say. Oh yeah, just the fact that that it's so volatile in Narset. And all you got to do is just get there. And with a bounce lands, I mean, I think that's what got him there. He played it turn 2 and then just kept playing lands in the first game. And
he also had which helps a lot.
Yeah. It's like you said, all it takes is one swing to be just so far behind.
So. It took that one swing for him to win that one time.
Yeah.
Or last time,
Yep, the tutor and the swing into the big play.
Yeah. That's what Narset is. It's just debauchery.
Yes, that's a good word for it. 3.
So he's got lands.
Rats, a Nykthos, Dynamo.
He does get a Scry, which is good.
White border card. I can't tell if that's a Thran Dynamo.
Well, it's on the bottom now,
So he's keeping it 6.
Islands. Then we've got another suspended Ancestral Visions. Perfect turn 1.
Yep. Eternal Witness.
Is it a bounce land?
Rot Farm.
Yeah, what are you doing, Jeff?
No!
Oh, that's
another Nykthos again.
Mox Jet? Or not a Mox Jet.
Jet Medallion.
There we go.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, God. You're speaking to my heart right now.
Ponder.
Yep.
Might as well reorganize what you're going to eventually have to... Oh, gosh, that's not good. There's not a single land in the top of that. He probably should shuffle. Well.
Drew that. Played in Azorius Chancellery. Bounced the Highland. Pass turn.
I might have shuffled on that one.
Drew a Swamp there for Jeff. He's got an Arcane Lighthouse.
Oh, looks like he's going to do the bounce land instead.
Yeah.
It's definitely the time to do it. Maybe? Huh?
So we have a red in the command sphere in Ben's hand, right?
Correct. And he also has the temple as well.
Yes, the Temple of Triumph. You're right. So Golgari Rot Farm bounced Nykthos 2 left on Ancestral Visions. Island. Commander Sphere. Jugabog? Yeah. So could play a rat, right?
Yeah.
So 2 for... Okay.
Medallion.
Is that... I can't tell the last card in his hand.
Which side?
Like the bottom card in Jeff's hand. So we have
I don't know
Mystic Monastery tapping for 4. Primal Amulet again, it looks like. Drawn another rat, which are now costing 2.
Which isn't bad.
No. So Nykthos in.
Might as well play as many rats as you can.
Is that all Hallows Eve? I can't. It's. Boy, it looks like there's.
I don't think so.
I doubt it, but it looks. I don't know. I can't tell what that one is. So a rat for. 1, 2, 3? What did he tap?
I guess maybe he's forgetting what his own lands do.
So I imagine Jeff here is checking that, unspending the ancestral.
Well, he is casting an instant or sorcery, so yeah, it should put a counter on it.
Yeah. It appears that Jeff's in agreement there, so one counter there on the Primal Amulet.
Ancestral Vision's so good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I can't tell what that last card is either.
Arcane Lighthouse.
Narset.
Eesh.
So, Cruel Edict.
Another rat. Jukabog. Remove Graveyard.
Yeah.
Boy.
I mean, this is exactly what it comes down to. Like we
Yeah.
were saying, like, if he can get his Narset out and swing with it, it's probably game over.
Yep.
That's why you have to be so vigilant with this deck, too. It's just like...
Yeah. Like, I'm thinking the few times I've run up against Narset, it ends kind of like game 1. You know, one swing, it's extra turns, it's extra combat, it's, blow up all lands.
I think Jeff's forgetting what his medallion does.
Yeah, to reduce costs of block spells, yeah.
But, I mean, that's on him. It's not something we're going to run out there and tell him. Unless he doesn't want to play his other rat, because I think he had 3 rats at that point.
I think you're right.
But, whatever.
So, Scryland here, Temple of Triumph, that's... Brainstorm, yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, Jace the Mind Sculptor.
That's pretty good.
So I assume Fate Seal, probably?
I might
Or Brainstorm.
bounce a rat back so your Narset doesn't die on the swing.
He's got a Cryptic Command there.
But
In a
yeah,
Seachrome Coast.
I mean, there's so many good options with Jace that's not even.
He just put Omniscience on top, it looks like.
Yeah, things aren't going well.
Nope.
There we go. Swing with Narset.
So combat, Cryptic Command,
So he could just tap all of his creatures.
Stranglehold, Glacial Fortress, Omniscience.
Yeah.
So
Tap all creatures, probably draw a card.
draw. I'd probably draw.
All creatures.
All creatures.
All creatures.
I'm sure. Well, maybe if it's textless, maybe he's not aware. Or maybe, yeah, I don't know. Stranglehold.
Omniscience again.
So he's got a Brainstorm in his hand.
Cyclonic
It's like
Rift.
Cyclonic Rift,
Yeah.
yep.
I don't think that Omniscience counts for Overloaded, though. I think it's just...
Yeah, it won't. I think you're right. So Brainstorm for free. Primal Amulet is going up. Mindstone, Mountain something. Another full art. Getting some land out of the hand.
Oh, it's draw 2 cards, I believe.
So playing something.
Maybe it's Scry
A
2.
yeah, if it's during your main scry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scry 2. So playing something else is too quick.
Yeah.
Checking the graveyard.
I don't know what he's counting for.
Yeah. Oh, Storm maybe.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I think.
Don't know what that is. Is it Searing Blood? No. That wouldn't work if it was. Okay.
That's it. It looks like. So game 1 goes to Ben. Boy, Narset, man.
Yep. Gotta, like I said, black strength with against a deck like that is definitely edict effects, and you know, yeah, spot removal doesn't work, but any type of sack effect definitely just hoses that deck.
Yes.
So really, that's one of the best ways to beat it.
Yep.
And I don't know if, once again, I don't know if Jeff was really geared towards that. His deck definitely seemed to revolve around a lot around Relentless Rats, which I haven't seen ever really.
Yeah, I'm more familiar with like the Athreos or the Shirei, like,
yeah,
you know, especially Athreos. Just like, please let me, you know, have all these rats and kill them if you want, but pay to get them back or
Yeah.
to take them away from me. You know, like
more of the attrition long game.
yeah.
Where, you know, Jarad's an interesting choice for a commander,
Yes.
that's for sure.
Definitely more of a multiplayer threat, I'd say, as far as the 1v1, like 1v1 you can fling at one person. I think Jarad's most geared to killing a whole board in one turn, you know.
Yeah. I think Glissa might be like a better choice as far as 1v1 goes, or
Yeah.
Skullbriar obviously has been a go-to choice.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more +1/+1 counter heavy, but definitely gets the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not bad at all. Jeff did a really good job.
Yes,
I
he
like
did.
the games. He definitely got that one from him, which
Yeah.
was really nice.
Yeah, it was cool. Especially with Gary. My God, that card is...
Yeah.
You think of how good that deck was in Standard. Thero
Yeah.
Standard, like... Dude. Yeah, it was
Well,
good.
I was just this afternoon looking at like a modern Gary build, which was pretty interesting as well.
Yeah.
It's just an insane card.